simply just the things I do that make me vital for you. There's a breaking point in it all. Explore the world we must. I've got too short for the best of us. And people are not gone.
Welcome to another live pack action of Ytxw Collision. We are in Atlanta, Georgia here tonight, and we got a sold-out crowd here. And tonight, we have a huge show for you. Dynamite X at ringside. And I hope everyone on YouTube enjoys the show. And we're starting off the show with the $1 Million Willie in his cabinet, the hired muscle, Big Vincent, and the $1 Million Willie's agent, Big Hoss. $1 Million Willie's been pissed ever since Summerfest by losing the Ytxw Championship to the Painkiller, Zane Crow. But ever since then, the $1 Million Willie is on a revenge path. He says he wants his title match, rematch clause, and he wants it soon. And the hired muscle himself looks like he's in rare form here tonight. What does Big Hoss have to say here tonight? Well, we're just about to find out in just a few moments. $1 Million Willie looks strange. He got his championship belt around his shoulder, over his shoulder.
On the last episode of Ytxw Collision, my clients, the $1 Million Willie and Big Vincent, got screwed in the tag team match against Zane Crow and CJ Hawkins. My client, the $1 Million Willie, should have his rematch tonight for his championship for Ytxw.
That's right, I deserve my rematch. I got screwed out of my title at Silverdust by Bad Boy KS, a guy who does not even work here. So Tony James, get your ass out here right now and give me my title rematch here tonight.
Well, here comes the general manager of Ytxw, Tony James, making his way out to the arena.
So you guys are here bitching and complaining as always. Well, tonight, Zane Crow is going to defend his Ytxw championship.
We got a title match here tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
It's about damn time that I got my title rematch, and I will beat Zane Crow here tonight and regain my championship.
$1 Million Willie, what the hell are you talking about? I did not say that Zane Crow will defend his championship against you tonight.
Well, then who it is?
Zane Crow will defend his Ytxw championship against Big Vincent.
Big Vincent got the $1 Million Willie's title shot here tonight. He'll be facing Zane Crow for the Ytxw championship. And $1 Million Willie is pissed off about it. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Feel the tick-tock of a choke, cause my eyes are on the prize, but my pocket's still on broke, and I'm about to lose the single thing in life I wanted most. So I go hard, out of my way I bogart. Failure ain't on my sonar, you tripping homie like Goyard. Driven by myself, don't gas me up, I ain't no go-kart, cause I'm a jack of all trades, ain't no joke homie, those joke cars. Past that, I pass that, these obstacles you crash at. More weight, need more weight, I'm picking up where you lack at. On the road to success, there ain't no fair road and no cab back, but I'm fine with that one way, no round trip, I'm past that. The clock is tick-tocking, and it ain't never stopping. They ain't focused, not at all, they ain't moving, they be watching, so I'm out here doing work. Then I get the party popping, cause with every minute wasted, know my chances steady dropping. Tick-tock, tick-tock, when I'm staring at my wristwatch, I wonder where the time gone, I'm carrying a time bomb, I don't want it to blow, I don't want it to blow. Where do you go at the end of the road? I don't want it to blow. We're going hard, but it wasn't hard enough.
Willie's got a steal share, what the hell?
So we quit with all the joking, started calling people's bluffs. Now we polishing our crown.
Oh my god, Battle's back in the ring. He looks pissed right now. Stutter! For me, no. Stutter! To the champion, what the hell? It's official. Zane Crow is the new YTXW heavyweight champion of the world.
Say our name is ringing bells, bringing heat in every jingle till we stacking plenty.
The era of the $1 Million Willie is over, and the era of Zane Crow has just begun.
It's time we started getting everything that we've been missing. My plan is just commenced, just a taste of my ambition. Tick-tock, tick-tock, when I'm staring at my wrist.
This match is an Extreme Rules match, and it is for the YTXW Hardcore Championship. Introducing first, from Austin, Texas, weighing in at 244 pounds, he is the YTXW Hardcore Champion, Johnny Lewis.
Welcome back to YTXW Collision, and here comes the reigning YTXW Hardcore Champion, Johnny Lewis. He's going to defend his title here tonight. Johnny Lewis has been undefeated here in YTXW since his debut. He took on all comers, and after every match he says he wants better competition. So tonight we'll have some real competition here. And Johnny Lewis also said he'll be a fighting champion. He'll defend that title every time he comes out here to compete. This guy has muscles, and most people don't even have places for muscles. He reminds me of Lex Luger and Macho Man Randy Savage. Ooh yeah!
And the challenger, from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 232 pounds, male stripper, Mr. Sunshine.
And here comes the challenger, the #1 contender, the male stripper, Mr. Sunshine. He loves the party. Well, on the last episode of YTXW Collision, it was the Halloween special. He went up against some of the zombies of YTXW. Well, he did pretty good there for a while, but eventually lost. But tonight he has a golden opportunity to beat Johnny Lewis and become the new YTXW Hardcore Champion. Man, he has some lovely girls here tonight. He calls them hosties. That's what Mr. Sunshine told me earlier today before the show started, that those are his hosties. All I have to say, Hostie Mania running wild! Man, he carries that pole to the ring, that cane. He's like the male pimp of YTXW. Pimpin' it, easy man. Pimpin' it, easy man. I'm Mr. Sunshine, oh yeah! He loves to dance, and he loves to party! And the crowd sure loves him. And there's the belt, the YTXW Hardcore Championship. ready to be defended here tonight. The challenger, Mr. Sunshine, the champion, Johnny Lewis. And we're off. Less punches and kicks early off by Mr. Sunshine. Johnny Lewis tries to counter out, but Mr. Sunshine counters an Irish whip to it and does a running drop kick in the corner. Johnny Lewis was able to counter out of it and fighting back. Mr. Sunshine was able to counter. And last backbreaker by Mr. Sunshine to Johnny Lewis. Ooh, a kick to the gut by Johnny Lewis. Irish whip coming up, reverse him around, and Mr. Sunshine was countered to the belly to belly. A headlock by Mr. Sunshine. Johnny Lewis gets out of it into a net breaker. Johnny Lewis is one of the premier athletes here in YTXW, and a backdrop by Mr. Sunshine to Johnny Lewis. And another one to Johnny Lewis by Mr. Sunshine. Did it go? And a leg takedown by Mr. Sunshine to Johnny Lewis. Irish whip by Mr. Sunshine coming up. And a counter to a belly-to-belly suplex by Johnny Lewis. A headlock by Mr. Sunshine. A takedown. And then he's working on Johnny Lewis's leg, Mr. Sunshine is. Oh, man, and he's working on that leg pretty good. I'll tell you one thing. Mr. Sunshine sure loves the party, but he gets serious there when he gets in the ring. And a hard clothesline into the turnbuckle by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. Picking Mr. Sunshine up to a headlock. He counters it. Mr. Sunshine does. Johnny Lewis counters out of it. Countering back and forth again. Mr. Sunshine sure would love to win that title here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And Johnny Lewis has powers out of the headlock. And then a hard clothesline by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. Mr. Sunshine's trying to fight back into a waist lock. And a takedown by Mr. Sunshine to Johnny Lewis. And a swinging neck breaker by Mr. Sunshine. Ooh, and a black hole slam by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. Irish whip. And to a backdrop by Mr. Sunshine to Johnny Lewis. A lock up. Who's going to get the upper hand? Johnny Lewis does, but Mr. Sunshine was able to counter out of it. Oh, and a chop block by Mr. Sunshine to Johnny Lewis. That's illegal in the NFL, but it ain't illegal here in YTXW. And Mr. Sunshine's outside the ring getting something. Don't forget, this is a hardcore match. Anything goes. Ooh! A back German suplex on the chair. And Johnny Lewis has got the chair and it hits across the face of Mr. Sunshine. Man, he's going to town with him on that chair. Oh, God, he's going to break his ankle now. Ah, man, he just stomped right on that chair. Mr. Sunshine's ankle got to be broken. It could have snapped in two. He's going medieval on his ass with that chair. Johnny Lewis Mr. Sunshine trying to get away from it and counters into a swinging neck breaker. Looks like he's okay. He's walking a little limp on that leg, but he's still able to move it. Oh! A cross body by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. Now Johnny Lewis is trying to get underneath the ring, and what he's got a sledgehammer. Mr. Sunshine was able to get it out of his hand and ran to the gut of Johnny Lewis. He's smacking Johnny Lewis around with that sledgehammer, but Johnny Lewis was able to counter and out, flipped right into my announce table. Time to a waist lock. Mr. Sunshine counters into a headlock, but Johnny Lewis is able to power on a high knee by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. He's got the sledgehammer and he's smacking him with the sledgehammer. Oh, right into the back with that sledgehammer. Now he stole someone's guitar out of the crowd, but before he was able to use it, Mr. Sunshine stopped him with the clothesline. Now he's closing with the phantom. Johnny Lewis is back up. And a takedown slam by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. They're fighting outside the ring, and the crowd sure loves it. Mr. Sunshine was able to counter out of that. He's trying to get the upper hand on Johnny Lewis here. Johnny Lewis counters into a waist lock. Oh! He used the back of the head to his knee. I have a headache. Mr. Sunshine trying to get an upper hand, but Johnny Lewis is staying on top of it. He's got the guitar in his hand. Oh, he tried to hit Mr. Sunshine, but Mr. Sunshine got the... Oh, and he smashed the guitar over the head of Johnny Lewis. Oh, now he's doing right punches to Johnny Lewis's head. Man, Johnny Lewis wanted some competition here tonight. Mr. Sunshine showed giving it to him. What's he gonna do now? Oh, Johnny Lewis just threw Mr. Sunshine over the barricade right into the fans, and the crowd's going nuts. And Johnny Lewis is posing to the fans. He gets back over the barricade, back on the mat, outside the ring. Oh, an arm takedown by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. And Johnny Lewis is getting underneath the ring. What's he grabbing now? Oh, he's got a trash can. I think Johnny Lewis has said it's time to take out the trash. Oh, a leg takedown by Mr. Sunshine. And Mr. Sunshine's bringing his A game here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Lockout outside the ring. Don't forget, there's no countouts and there's no disqualification. The only way you can win this match is by pinfall or submission. What's he gonna do? Oh, he just rammed his head right into that guitar. Oh, an elbow shot by Mr. Sunshine to Johnny Lewis's face. Irish whips him to the barricade. Left shots by Mr. Sunshine to Johnny Lewis. Mr. Sunshine surely wants to be the new YTXW Hardcore Champion here tonight. Oh, he tried to do it belly to belly, but Mr. Sunshine was able to counter out of it. What they're going to do now? And a swinging neck breaker by Mr. Sunshine to Johnny Lewis. And another one. They're still fighting outside the ring. They've been out here for the last 5 to 6 minutes now. Oh, and a takedown armbar by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. Mr. Sunshine was able to counter him to the barricade on the other side of the arena. Oh, a punch to the back. And a back suplex by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. Mr. Sunshine was able to counter Irish whip. Oh, and a hard clothesline by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. Oh, he Irish whipped him right into the steel steps, Johnny Lewis did. Mr. Sunshine trying to get out of it. Oh, and a takedown by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. What's he gonna do now? Oh, he throws him into the crowd again. What's he gonna do? Oh no. What's he gonna do? He gets a kick. Right with the crutch on the back of the neck of Mr. Sunshine, Johnny Lewis. Johnny Lewis is showing no mercy here tonight. He's gonna retain that title no matter what it takes. He throws Mr. Sunshine back in the crowd again. Security's trying to keep the crowd back. Mr. Sunshine trying to get back over the barricade. Probably be starring in the next movie, Walking Funny, pretty soon. Mr. Sunshine better be careful. He might not be able to perform later on tonight for his ladies. Don't worry, Mr. Sunshine, if you can't perform Dynamite X is always on standby, you know. Oh, and a kick to the side of the head by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. They're both back in the ring finally. A headlock and a leg takedown by Mr. Sunshine to Johnny Lewis. Johnny Lewis rolls out and trying to get a breather, but Mr. Sunshine ain't allowing it. Right outside the ring, and a neck breaker by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. Throws Mr. Sunshine back in the ring again. And another kick to the side of the head by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. What's he gonna do now? Oh! And a jackhammer suplex by Johnny Lewis to Mr. Sunshine. Oh, now he's posing. And Mr. Sunshine was able to get to his legs, to his feet. What's he gonna do? A muscle bustle slam, and Johnny Lewis hits it on Mr. Sunshine. Going for the cover. 3, and Johnny Lewis wins, and he retains the YTXW Hardcore Championship. Congratulations on another hard-earned victory, Johnny Lewis. He is a fighting champion here in YTXW Collision. The crowd is going nuts for Johnny Lewis. They still love his hardcore champion.
This is the second episode in a row I defended my YTXW Hardcore Championship, and still there is no competition. I guess I'll have to go out there myself and find me some real competition. As always, Johnny Lewis, all that is.
Well, Johnny Lewis still wants better competition. Well, we'll have to see what comes down the line for Johnny Lewis. We'll be right back after the word from our sponsors.
Drop your purse and grab your hips and act like you're trying to get this money right quick. So can I have it like that? Have it like that? Have it like that? Have it like that?
Zane, I wanted to wish you luck in your championship match against Big Vincent tonight. And hey man, you need me, I will be here.
Well, thanks, Hawkins. I greatly appreciate that. But what I got tonight, just further proving the fact that I'm a fighting champion. And I'm going to beat the holy hell out of Big Vincent, sending a message to, once again, and $1 Million who's really deserving to be champion.
Well, okay, Zane, I understand. By the way, after you take care of Big Vincent and the $1 Million Willie, can I have my title shot?
Well, we will see. Right now, I have to get ready for my match, so I'll see you later, bro.
This match is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Phoenix, Arizona, weighing in at 243 pounds, Taylor Storm.
Oh, here comes Taylor Storm coming down to the ring. Get ready to face off with the reigning, defending YTXW Internet Champion, Dan Matthews. Taylor Storm is one half of the former YTXW Tag Team Champions, along with the tag team partner, Alexander, and they do have a championship rematch down the road. I'll tell you one thing, the tag team division of YTXW is getting heated up here. We just found out on the YTXW YouTube page that the Back Brothers will be making their appearance here in YTXW very soon.
And his opponent, from the United Kingdom, weighing in at 240 pounds, he is the YTXW Internet Champion, Dan Matthews.
And here comes the reigning YTXW Internet Champion, Dan Matthews. He's been champion since day one, since he won that title. And he's taken on all comers for that belt and retained his title. Can somebody call Road Warrior Animal and tell him that Dan Matthews stole his shoulder pads? I think he's looking for him. Oh well. Dan Matthews saying his ultimate goal is to be one day YTXW Heavyweight Champion of the World. Well, he's on his way there. And we're off between Dan Matthews and Taylor Storm. And right off of that, an uppercut by Dan Matthews to Storm. Irish whip to the turnbuckle into a running drop kick by Storm to DDM. Well, just before we got to this match, we saw CJ Hawkins and Zane Crow backstage. Zane Crow's warming up for his championship match there. And CJ Hawkins told him, well, I'll be here tonight if you need me. And Zane Crow says, thanks, but I'll take care of Big Vincent by myself. And, a power bomb by Storm to Dan Matthews. He rolls Dan Matthews on the stomach, but DDM was able to counter out of it. Well, anyways, I guess CJ Hawkins really won a title shot. I don't blame him. Everybody wants to be the guy, the face of YTXW, the heavyweight champion of the world, and right now, it's the painkiller, Zane Crow. A flying forearm by Dan Matthews. And a springboard into a Whispering in the Rim, but Storm was able to dodge out of it, and a kick to the back to DDM by Storm. Kick to the gut. Irish whip coming up. And a spine buster by DDM. Made great by Harley Race and the Game Triple H. An axe handle off the edge of the apron, and he falls down to the arena floor. And the referee's starting his 10 count. Storm bounces off my commentary booth, and a chop block by DDM to Storm. They're fighting, and Storm's head bounced right off my commentary booth. I wish people would get away from the commentary. We're having technical difficulties. Get someone in the fucking truck fix these technical difficulties, or someone's gonna get fired around here. I can't work under these damn conditions. This is live TV, damn it. Well, DDM was able to get Storm back in the ring, an elbow to the face. And a leg drop at the edge of the apron by DDM to Storm. Fucking people in the truck can't fix their technical difficulty problems. They should be fired. Well, a short Irish whip, and DDM was able to counter into a belly-to-belly suplex and into a cover, and only a 1 count. Storm kicked out. Irish whip by Storm into a Hurricanrana by Storm. I said from day one that Taylor Storm is one of the up-and-coming athletes here in YTXW. I see a great future here for him. And a drop kick to DDM by Storm. DDM trying to get his bearings all together. And a kick right to the face to DDM by Storm into an arm drag. DDM was able to counter out of it. Got Storm on the ropes. Irish whip coming up. Ducks under. And a 360 clothesline by DDM to Storm. Storm was able to get away, get some distance, and DDM was able to counter into a spine buster. It looks like a modified Boston Crab. He's got it cinched in there pretty good. But Storm was able to counter out of it. Man, what a match here tonight. If you want live action, tune into YTXW. We give action-packed wrestling every time we come on the air. This ain't no PG garbage like we watch on Monday nights and Friday nights. This ain't Dixieland from old TNA. This is YTXW Collision and a standing suplex into a jackhammer slam by DDM. What another move. DDM's been adding moves to his repertoire. Looks like another modified Boston Crabs. Got it hinched in there pretty good. Can Storm get out of this one again? And he does. I'll tell you one thing. Storm has to have some strength in his legs to get out of that move. DDM was able to counter into a headlock. To the gut, to the midsection. An enziguri kick to the back of the head to Storm by DDM. That is why he is the internet champion here in YTXW. And a Hurricanrana by Storm to DDM. And here comes another one. DDM's in trouble. Looks like an arm bar submission hold. He's got it in there pretty good, Will. Will DDM tap out? No, DDM gets out of it. Man, back and forth in this match tonight. And still to come. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a championship match here tonight. A world championship match. This is the first world championship match since the premiere episode of YTXW Collision. The Painkiller, Zane Crow, will defend the YTXW Championship against the hired muscle of the $1 Million Willie Corporation, Big Vincent. And a camel clutch by Storm to DDM. Will DDM tap out? The referee's in there, make sure it ain't a choke, and ask him if he wants to give up, but DDM was able to pop out of it into a backdrop. DDM is real resourceful in that ring. He goes running. He's probably going to try to do a running hurricanrana, but Storm was able to counter into a power bomb. He rolls DDM to the stomach, but DDM was able to counter out, and then it's a Gary kick to the back of the head to Storm. And another drop kick by DDM, but Storm was able to get him separated. A headlock by DDM, counters. Storm's got a headlock on DDM, countered by DDM, another headlock. Oh, and an SOS slam by DDM. DDM's going to the top rope. What's he gonna do? And a flying clothesline off the top rope. Looks like he's going into a double arm camel clutch. Will Storm tap out? But no. DDM wants to put more punish. Oh, and another flying elbow and a hip top by DDM. What's he gonna do now? An elbow drop by DDM to Storm. Storm was able to power switch him to the turnbuckle. Oh, and a running drop kick. And a running bomb splash by Storm. Oh! What's he got DDM trying to do now? Holy crap, it's a modified chicken wing submission bridge. What the hell is that? That's why I said DDM can come up with some weird submission moves. I don't even know the names for it. You'll have to tell me later on what that is. Oh, it looks like he has a version of the $1 Million Sleeper on there. Used to be used by Ted DiBiase and the ringmaster, known as now Stone Cold Steve Austin. Suplex coming up, but Storm was able to counter out of it. Kick DDM in the gut. DDM's trying to get back. What's he gonna do? Oh! A knee, and Taylor Storm's face went right to the mat and got busted open. No, we do not start the match to heal these superstars' wounds. We are not the crybabies of the WWE. Has to stop the match to heal the wound. That is bullshit. This is professional wrestling. You get busted open, you suck it up like a man. DDM's over the top rope. He kicks Storm off the apron onto the arena floor. And a moonsault off the middle of the rope and right onto Storm. They're fighting outside my commentary. Looks like a suplex coming up, but Storm was able to counter into a suplex of his own. Irish whips him to the barricade, Storm does. DDM was able to counter and throws him back in the ring, breaks the referee's 10 count. We got a lock-up going on. Who's going to get the upper hand? DDM does. The Storm powers out into his own version of a headlock. Oh, and a face plant DDT by Storm to DDM. Looks like he's going to do a submission on his own. Oh, looks like a goddamn modified camel clutch. DDM. He lets him go. Storm wants to do more punishment. I'll tell you one thing, if Storm can beat DDM here tonight, he might be in the line for an internet championship. Oh, and a jawbreaker by Storm. Like I said, he could be in the line for an internet championship match down the road. Storm is really taking it to the internet champion here tonight. Looks like a powerbomb, but DDM was able to counter out of it. Flip to the turnbuckle coming up by DDM. Storm was able to counter out of it. A knee to the face. A waist lock into a headlock. What's he gonna do? DDM fights out of it. Oh, and a takedown by DDM to Storm. Dragging him over. What's he gonna do? He's picking him up. Up over his shoulders. Oh, and a go to sleep by DDM. He's going to the top rope. What's he gonna do? A 450 splash off the top rope. He's going for the cover. And DDM beat Taylor Storm here tonight. What a match that was. Dan Matthews has another victory under his belt. That is why he is the reigning YTXW Internet Heavyweight Champion. Congratulations, Dan Matthews. You earned this victory here tonight. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
My eyes see what I never wanted to see. It's the end of times.
The Sula Raiden speaks directly to God.
Wars and plague.
Blessed are you, my Lord. Abun Bashmayu Netkadash. I was one of the last to be given this gift. This is the great miracle of our times. This message that God the Father has given to me, it is the same for all of us.
This match is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Boise, Idaho, weighing in at 281 pounds, Big Billy.
Well, welcome back to YTXW Collision. And here comes the crazy man himself, Big Billy, making his way to the ring. He'll be facing the Jamaican sensation, Dusty Ryan, here tonight on YTXW Collision. I still cannot believe that General Manager Tony James will let Big Billy carry a chainsaw to the ring. He's crazy. I heard that Big Billy, on his off days of YTXW Collision, he goes around and picks up everybody's garbage. Well, you idiot, you forgot to come to my house and pick up my garbage, you asshole. Well, anyways, he also tells me that that chainsaw, he does yard work, cuts down trees. I got a dumbass tree in my window I want cut down. It's just blocking my view. Well, anyways, Big Billy's getting ready for his match here tonight.
And his opponent, from Kingston, Jamaica, weighing in at 262 pounds, Dusty Ryan.
And here comes the Jamaican sensation himself, Dusty Ryan. And on this, I want to congratulate Dusty Ryan's distant cousin, Biggie Langston, on winning the Intercontinental Championship on Monday Night Raw by beating Mr. Perfect's son, Curtis Axel. That has nothing to do with this, but I just wanted to say that on air right now. And I think Dusty Ryan is a better athlete than Biggie Langston ever will be. At least Dusty Ryan ain't hyped up on steroids, because Biggie Langston looks like he's on fucking steroids. But we got a strict wellness policy in this company. Johnny Lewis is not on steroids, by the way. That is pure muscle. We test him every week. And we're an uppercut right off the bat by the Jamaican sensation, Dusty Ryan. I think Big Billy needs some steroids. The guy looks like shit. Shit, I say. He picks up garbage for a living off his off days. You gotta be. He hasn't really won a match here in YTSW so much and let off a pin. Big Billy better shake things up or upper management might key in his ass and he'll be picking up garbage full time. Dusty Ryan's off the top of the rope. Oh, and then right into a flying neck breaker. And a running bulldog by Dusty Ryan. Not very much offense on the garbage man himself. So I'll give this guy a pig slip. He might as well just go pick up garbage for a full time. He hasn't had much offense in this match. Well, maybe he's starting to show some offense. Maybe he's listening to me. This guy needs a manager or something. How many matches has this guy won? Only one. No wonder when Big Hoss was CEO, he canned his ass. Oh, and a suplex by Dusty Ryan to Big Billy. You see what I mean? Dusty Ryan's whipping his ass right in the middle of that ring. We see this every week. And the springboard bulldog by Dusty Ryan to Big Billy. Irish with Big Billy hanging on the top rope. And he's hanging in there, but Big Billy gets back in the ring, trying to get some offense going on about goddamn time. And got a submission, double arm submission hold on him. Referee's asking Dusty Ryan if he wants to give up, but Dusty Ryan was able to get out of it. A flying forearm shoulder block by Dusty Ryan. Oh, and an uppercut by Dusty Ryan into a cover. Oh, what a surprising Big Billy kicked out. I guess he has a little bit of fight left in him. And right into a DDT. Ooh, maybe he might win a match here for a change. A waist lock. And Dusty Ryan counters out of it. Good reversal by... Ooh, and a takedown by Big Billy. Dusty Ryan's fighting out of it. What's he gonna do? Left and right. Got him in the turnbuckle. Looks like a tornado DDT coming up, and Dusty Ryan hits it. This guy has more athletic skill than Big E Langston does. Going for a cover. Like I say, I see a bright future here for Dusty Ryan and YTXW. Big Billy, I don't know, a half Boston Crab. The guy hasn't really done anything important. He won at Summerfest. I think that was just a fluke. He hasn't won anything since then. He lost his championship opportunity against Johnny Lewis on the last episode of YTXW Collision. They're fighting outside the ring and the referee, get the garbage man off my goddamn commentary booth. Someone's got to sanitize this before I get sick. This guy picks up garbage. I can't afford to get sick. I don't have Obamacare yet. The website doesn't work. Referees kept doing their 10 count. Big Billy gets back in the ring. Dusty Ryan gets back in the ring, breaks the 10 out, and a shoulder block by going for a cover. And only a 2 count. I guess Big Billy is trying to fight back, but Dusty Ryan was able to counter out of it like just now. Or a drop toe hold by Big Billy. Oh, what a move by Big Billy. This guy better start shaping up. Irish whips into the turnbuckle, Dusty Ryan does. Got him on top of the turnbuckle. Looks like a modified RKO by Dusty Ryan to Big Billy. Going for a cover. Somebody get out here and clean this commentary booth. I don't have Obamacare yet. Website doesn't work. A submission hold. A headlock submission hold by Dusty Ryan. But Big Billy was able to counter out of it. Into a DDT by Big Billy. Big Billy trying to win this match. He doesn't want to be unemployed. He can't afford Obamacare if he gets unemployed. Oh, and he tosses Dusty Ryan out outside the ring. And the referee's going to start his 10 count. Big Billy's trying to fight back. Dusty Ryan's countering him almost at every move, though. Referee's got his 10 count going. Oh, and that jawbreaker by Dusty Ryan. Big Billy was able to get Dusty Ryan in the ring. He tried to do a cheap shot, but Dusty Ryan was able to counter out. They're both back inside the ring. Breaks the referee's 10 count. Oh, looks like got an ankle lock on him. Ooh, Big Billy does have to do a submission. Oh, holy shit, I didn't know that. Waist lock by Big Billy. Oh, Sidewalk slam by Big Billy. Go for a cover, you idiot. The dummy didn't go for a cover. It gives Dusty Ryan a chance to get out of it. Well, Big Billy was able to kind of got double arm submission hold on him. Big Billy headbutts him. Well, he has no brains back there anyways. He ain't worried about brain damage because Big Billy doesn't know. Dusty Ryan goes up on the top of the rope. Oh, and he counters into a power slam. Oh, I'm surprised Big Billy was smart enough to do that. Oh, waist lock, but Big Billy's trying to get out of it. Oh, and a kick to the face by Dusty Ryan to Big Billy. Got him on the ropes. Stand on that garbage man. He forgot to get my garbage. It's starting to stink out here. The idiot better go pick up my garbage after this match, because I know he's going to lose it. Well, who knows, he might surprise everybody and get lucky again like he did at Summerfest. I heard that Big Billy couldn't get a date in high school. He had to take his mom to the prom. His mama is sitting at home watching his boy on YouTube so he could try to earn a living to support his mama. Dusty Ryan's gonna do a back suplex off the top rope and he hits it. And his mama's crying that his son is hurt. Got a submission hold, Dusty Ryan got on Big Billy. Big Billy trying not to give up. He doesn't want his mama to be let down again. Waist lock. I switched into the turnbuckle, but Dusty Ryan was able to counter out of it. Ooh, a shot to the back of the head by Dusty Ryan. Looks like a half Boston Crab. Oh, don't break his leg. He doesn't have insurance. Obamacare. He can't afford it. Big Billy was able to counter out of it. He has a headache, I think. He says, Mama, my head hurts. Dusty Ryan beating me up. Trying to fight back. Waist lock, but Dusty Ryan was able to counter out of it. Oh, a running DDT by Big Billy to Dusty Ryan. Trying to make his mama proud, and it's a great kick by Dusty Ryan to Big Billy. Oh, looks like Irish whip coming up. What's gonna happen? Ooh, counter. Ducks under, or lock up. Who's gonna get the upper hand here? Well, Big Billy does. Ooh, modified neck breaker by Big Billy. He's got a submission hold on there. Will Dusty Ryan give up? No, he powers out of it. Ooh, left and right. He's beating the garbage man up. Big Billy was able to counter out left and right by his own. Got a headlock on Dusty Ryan. Dusty Ryan counters out of it into an atomic drop. Ooh, kick to the gut, left and right. Hey, you monkey, get over here and clean my damn commentary booth. I don't have Obamacare. Ooh, and a kick to the side of the head by Dusty Ryan to Big Billy, and then he's telling Big Billy to get up, you garbage piece of shit. You smell like rotten bananas. Ooh, and a DDT, and oh no, Big Billy is busted open. His mama's upset about it. 1, 2, 3. Well, Dusty Ryan beating Big Billy. Well, Big Billy, I guess you're getting the loser purse of the money tonight. Congratulations, Dusty Ryan. Hopefully Big Billy can get some insurance for his mama. Dusty Ryan is one step closer to earning a championship match here in YTXW Collision. Then someone clean my commentary booth. It smells like trash out here. I've been saying it for the last 10 minutes here.
I cannot believe Tony James is giving Big Vince my title match. This is bullshit.
Do not worry, $1 Million Willie. If Big Vincent wins here tonight, he will surrender the title to you, so you do not have to lift a finger.
You know what, Haas? You are right. Big Vincent can do all the work, and he can just hand me the title. I'm going to the company, Big Vincent, to ringside tonight, to make sure everything goes well.
Okay, Willie, you do that. I have to go talk to Tony. I want to know what has taken the board so damn long to make a decision. Who's going to be the chairman of YTXW? Anyways, I'll talk to you soon.
We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Yeah. Another boys' night in. Sweet. Not now. I'm in the zone.
Doritos. Yummy. Single player or multiplayer?
This match is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Newark, New Jersey, weighing in at 223 pounds, C.J. Hawkins.
Then welcome back to YTXW Collision, and here comes C.J. Hawkins down to the ring. He'll be facing Ryan Perry here tonight. Earlier tonight, we saw him talking to Zane Crow, the reigning YTXW champion. And he wants a title shot against Zane Crow. And Zane Crow says, we'll see. Well, tonight, he'll be going up against Ryan Perry. C.J. Hawkins is one of the greatest YTXW athletes we have here today.
And his opponent, from Rome, Italy, weighing in at 250 pounds, Ryan Terror.
And here comes Ryan Perry. Man, this guy is athletic. I gotta give it to him. And the crowd has a mixed reaction to this guy. He says he's only here for one thing, and that is to be the man here in YTXW. Well, YTXW is brought to you here by Digital Skull Productions. It's also brought to you by McDonald's. I'm loving it. And also we're brought to you by Chinese food. It is delicious. It is not brought to you by Obamacare. We do not sponsor Obamacare in YTXW because the government won't allow it. God damn, no wonder the board of directors is taking forever to find out who's going to be the chairman of this company. They're trying to figure out Obamacare. If that's what the board's figuring out, then we're in trouble. We're not an insurance company, we're a wrestling company, god damn it! Well, let's get to the match. We got C.J. Hawkins and Ryan Terry in the match, and no one has the upper hand yet until a takedown clothesline by Ryan Terry to C.J. Hawkins. An enziguri kick back to the head by C.J. Hawkins, and another one. Like I said, C.J. Hawkins is one of the elite athletes here in YTXW. He's also sponsored by BYU. And a backdrop by Ryan Terry and C.J. Hawkins. But C.J. Hawkins is one of those interpromotional athletes we have here in YTXW. Reversing back and forth between Ryan Terry and C.J. Hawkins. At least finally someone came out here and cleaned off my commentary booth. Damn it, Jones doesn't cover it. I'm old, damn it. Oh, off the top rope into a hurricanrana by C.J. Hawkins into a swinging neck breaker. And the crowd sure loves C.J. Hawkins. They like chanting, yes, yes, yes. That's what women says to me. And the whisper in the wind by C.J. Hawkins to Ryan Terry. He does it better than Jeff Hardy does. Oh, and a net breaker by C.J. Hawkins to Ryan Terry. Into a waist lock, into a Russian leg backdrop by C.J. Hawkins. And the crowd chanting, yes, yes, yes. Irish whip into a running drop kick by C.J. Hawkins to Ryan Terry. Ryan Terry was able to counter into Irish whip into turnbuckles. Got C.J. Hawkins turning upside down. What's he gonna do? CJ Hawkins is able to get out of it. Rigged to the eyes. Oh, and a 360 punch. Looks like a modified. Oh, it's a four-leaf submission. A four-leaf submission hold by CJ Hawkins. It's like a modified sharpshooter. And a back suplex by CJ Hawkins to Ryan Terror. Like I said, Hawkins, he won championships in other promotion. He won championships in BYU. And he's looking to win a championship here in YTXW. And a hard clothesline by Ryan Terror. But first he has to get by Ryan Terror to get a title opportunity here in YTXW. Irish whip coming up to the turnbuckle. And another whisper in the wind by CJ Hawkins to Ryan Terror. Rolls him over on his stomach. Looks like he's working on, well, it looks like a modified sleeper hold. Camel clutch. Ryan Terror was able to get out of it. And Hawkins impresses me here in the ring every time he comes out here and performs. I think he's going to be a future champion here. A future world champion. When he puts his mind to it, he gets it done. He proved that here since he showed up here in YTXW. Irish whip over the top rope. Looks like a DDT off the middle of the rope here, and he hits it on Ryan Terror. The same could say to Ryan Terror. He's been impressive here in YTXW since he's shown up. So far, this has been an awesome match. Actually, this whole show has been a pretty damn good show. General Manager Tony James has been putting on a good show since he's been putting in charge. And I want to know is why the $1 Million Willie is going to accompany Big Vincent down the ringside in that championship match. I'm thinking that Big Billy, if he wins here tonight, he's just going to hand the title over to him. I don't think Big Vincent would do that. Being champion is what it's about here in YTXW. You just don't hand over a championship for no reason. I don't care if you work for the guy or not. I think the $1 Million Willie should not be allowed at ringside. Well, we'll get into that later on. Back to the match here. Ryan Terror's getting the upper hand on CJ Hawkins. I know the $1 Million Willie got screwed, but that was by a guy who doesn't even work here anymore. Bad Boy KS. Oh, and a running drop kick. And ever since that match went down, we haven't seen or heard from Bad Boy KS. He's like a chicken shit. He doesn't show up. Where's he at? He's probably sitting at home watching me, and if he hears my voice and has a problem with it, he can show his ass up here and deal with me face to face. Well, Ryan Terror's outside the ring trying to get his thoughts put together. Enough for a guy who doesn't even work here anymore. I wonder what the board, what is taking the board so long, who's going to be chairman of this company. Oh, one for a clean cover. They only had one count. Taking the board so long for making a decision who's going to be the chairman of this company. A backdrop by Ryan Terror to try to figure out this Obamacare crap. We're not the White House. We're not the Pentagon. We're wrestlers. Figure out who's going to run this company. Tony James didn't show up on the last episode. I guess he ended up getting gonorrhea or something, hanging out with those damn strippers at Summerfest when we had that Bikini Battle Royals. That's what happens when you play around with strippers. And German suplex by CJ Hawkins to Ryan Terror. Oh, and a running enziguri kick to the back of the head to Ryan Terror by CJ Hawkins. Whoa, Irish whips into the turnbuckle, into another whisper in the wind by Hawkins to Ryan Terror. He's getting back up. What's going to happen here? Crowd chanting, yes, yes, yes. Oh, and a 360 punch by CJ Hawkins to Ryan Terror. Irish whips into the turnbuckle. And a running drop kick by CJ Hawkins to Ryan Terror. And the crowd's going, yes, yes, yes. It's like that woman in my hotel room last night was chanting, yes, yes, yes. Oh, roll up, 1, 2, and a kick out by after a 2 count. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. And a swinging net breaker by Hawkins. What's he gonna do now? Springboard moonsault. What the hell kind of move was that? It was a springboard moonsault into a neck breaker and a flying elbow, but just Ryan Terror was able to counter out of it. Dodge it at the last second. Looks like suplex coming up. And he hits it. Oh, Hawkins is busted open. Well, somebody better get some health care around here or we're going to have a very huge problem. Ryan Terror just got busted open. Somebody better get some health care in this company. Or call the blood bank. People are getting busted open left and right here tonight. An electric chair backdrop by Ryan Terror to CJ Hawkins. Ah, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a waist lock by Hawkins into a German suplex. And he's chanting yes. Brown's chanting yes with him. Oh, looks like another running enziguri kick to the back of the head to Ryan Terror by CJ Hawkins. Looks like he's got a submission hold going on. Oh, man, that has to hurt. That has to hurt. Is he going to give up? No. CJ Hawkins wants to put more punishment on Ryan Terror. Oh, and a takedown by Ryan Terror to Hawkins. Hawkins was able to get out of it. Oh, and a running drop kick. Oh, whoa! Looks like a tornado drop kick. A standing tornado drop kick by Hawkins to Ryan Terror. Ryan Terror's trying to fight back. Hawkins counters out into an arm drag. Terror counters out of it. And a belly-to-belly suplex by Hawkins to Terror. And the crowd's going, yes, yes, yes. They're getting behind CJ Hawkins. And a drop kick by CJ Hawkins. And a running enziguri kick by Hawkins to Ryan Terror. Irish whips, counters into the turnbuckle. Ryan Terror's trying to get the upper hand. He's got CJ Hawkins on the top rope. Hawkins able to counter of it. What's he gonna do? A 450 into a hurricane to a pin. And only a 2 count. Kicks in the midsection here. Oh, and a kick to the back of the head, and Ryan Terror is losing a lot of blood. Ryan Terror's trying to get back to his feet. What's going to happen now? Oh, what's he going to do? A pedigree. That's a new move by CJ Hawkins. Going for the cover. 1, 2, 3, and CJ Hawkins just beat Ryan Terror here tonight on YTXW Collision, and the crowd's going nuts. This guy will have a championship opportunity sooner than later, I'll tell you that. Zane Crow better watch out. This guy could be challenging him a lot sooner than he thinks. Hope Tony James is watching this guy right here. The crowd's going crazy.
Hey Tony, I want to talk to you. First of all, I think you are the worst general manager that this company has ever had. Second, I want to know what is taking the board so damn long to make a decision who's going to be chairman of YTXW. I am damn sick of waiting.
Well, Hoss, first off, I don't really care what you think about what kind of job I'm doing as general manager. I'm giving the fans what they want. Now, in regards to the board making the decision on who is going to run this company as chairman, I got off the phone and the board of directors will make their decision on the next episode of YTXW Collision. Until then, get the hell out of my office.
My eyes see what I never wanted to see. It's the end of times.
The Sula Raiden speaks directly to God.
Wars and plague.
Blessed are you, my Lord. Abun Bashmayu Netkadash. I was one of the last to be given this gift. This is the great miracle of our times. This message that God the Father has given to me, it is the same for all of us.
Welcome back to YTXW Collision. On the last episode of YTXW Collision, it was a tag team main event. The YTXW champion Zane Crow and CJ Hawkins versus the $1 Million Willie and Big Vincent. Well, CJ Hawkins and Zane Crow won the match, and after the match was over, Cyborg showed up with a clock. We don't know what that means. Does that mean Zane Crow's title reign is coming to an end? Is he challenging Zane Crow? We don't know. We haven't seen Cyborg since then. All week. We don't know if he's going to show up or not. And also, we just found out by General Manager Tony James that the Board of Directors will make a decision who's going to be chairman of YTXW on the next episode of YTXW Collision. Well, let's take it up to Silva for our main event championship match.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a YTXW World Heavyweight Championship match, and it is set for one fall. Introducing first, from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 243 pounds, he is the YTXW World Heavyweight Champion, the Queen Killer, Zane Crow.
And here's the main event. Here comes the YTXW World Heavyweight Champion, the Painkiller, Zane Crow. He's on his way down the ring to defend his title. This is his very first title defense since winning the title back at Summerfest. And tonight, he's hoping to have a successful title defense because he's going up against the $1 Million Willie's hired hitman, Big Vincent. Earlier tonight, $1 Million Willie was pissed off that Big Vincent got a title match here tonight, but he thought about it. If Big Vincent wins the title tonight, he can just give the $1 Million Willie the title. If I was Big Vincent, I wouldn't do that. Because you're only here for one thing, and that is to become the champion here in YTXW. And there's Zane Crow with his championship belt, and the crowd's going crazy. Let's see what kind of defending champion he is tonight.
And the challenger, from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 270 pounds, Big Vincent.
And here comes the challenger, Big Vincent. Big Vincent, I assume he's here for one thing, and is to become YTXW champion. Well, what we heard earlier on tonight between Big Hoss and $1 Million Willie, if Big Vincent wins the title, he can just give us the title to $1 Million Willie. Like I said, I think Big Vincent shouldn't do that if he wins the title here tonight. This guy has a lot of potential to become heavyweight champion of the world, and he's working for a scumbag like the $1 Million Willie. And of course, the $1 Million Willie's accompanying the ringside to make sure everything goes right here tonight, which I think he should not be there. He's not a manager, he's a wrestler. But I guess General Manager Tony James is allowing him at ringside. And this guy is huge. Tonight he can make history. He can become the next heavyweight champion of the world. Probably, I wouldn't want to be Zane Crow right now. His title defense looks like this is going to be the only one. Short-lived. And there it is. The YTXW Heavyweight Championship belt. That is what everyone in this company is wanting to be, is to be that. Hold that title, the YTXW World Heavyweight Championship. And we're off between Zane Crow and Big Vincent. And a headlock by Zane Crow. Going into a body slam. Bounce off the top ropes into a leg drop by Zane Crow. Going to the cover early on, but not even a 1 count. It's too early to take down Big Vincent like that. Oh, and it's a Gary kick to the back of the head to Big Vincent by Zane Crow. Kicks left and right by Zane Crow. Big Vincent powers out of it and does a shorter block to Zane Crow. Oh, and another shorter block by Big Vincent to Zane Crow. Big Vincent has this enormous strength, I'll tell you right now. Whoa, he just threw, what strength by Zane Crow. He just threw Big Vincent across the ring. And a sucker punch by Zane Crow to Big Vincent. Who the hell did he think he is, The Rock? Sorry, Zane Crow, you're no Rock. You may be the painkiller, but you're no fucking Rock. And he tried to does a flying off through the ropes, but misses. He could have broken his neck there. Now they're fighting outside the ring on the barricade, but the referee's counting a 10 count, starting his 10 count. Zane Crow can retain the title by a count out or disqualification. Big Vincent cannot win a title by count out or disqualification. He has to pin Zane Crow or make him submit to win the title. And the referee is counting. Big Vincent gets back in the ring. What's Zane Crow? I think he's keeping an eye out by the $1 Million Willie, make sure the $1 Million Willie doesn't interfere. He gets back in the ring. The referee's 10 count stop. Big Vincent got the upper hand since he got Zane Crow back in the ring. Blocking up, whip coming up. Oh, and a big shoulder block by Big Vincent to Zane Crow. Zane Crow throws Big Vincent over the top rope, hanging on. Oh, an axe handle, and Big Vincent falls off the edge of the apron onto the arena floor. The $1 Million Willie, he says, I ain't getting involved in this. It's getting very uncomfortable. Oh, and a hard clothesline by Big Vincent to Zane Crow. And a takedown by Big Vincent. Zane Crow's in a lot of trouble. Hey, wait a minute. The $1 Million Willie's trying to interfere in this match. Come on, ref. Zane Crow whips Big Vincent to the barricade, headbutts him, goes down. Zane Crow goes in and breaks the referee's 10 count. $1 Million Willie. Yeah, and he looks suspicious at ringside. Whoa, trying to get him involved in this match. Zane Crow was able to get Big Vincent in the ring. Goes for a cover. Kicks out at 1. Irish whips into the turnbuckle into a whisper in the wind by Zane Crow to Big Vincent. $1 Million Willie don't look pleased right now. An arm drag on Big Vincent. And a cross takedown by Zane Crow. Big Vincent powers up. And a drop kick by Zane Crow to Big Vincent. Man, Vincent's in trouble. A headlock by Zane Crow. Vincent powers out into a waist lock. Crow counters into an arm drag. Vincent counters into a waist lock, headlock. Oh, and a spine buster by Vincent to Crow. Crow counters out of it. Irish whip coming up, and Big Vincent goes over top, but hangs on. A drop kick, and Big Vincent falls out on the arena floor. And $1 Million Willie's trying to get his ass up and get in there. What am I paying you for? Big Vincent gets back in the ring. A headlock, an atomic drop by Zane Crow to Vincent. Into a headlock again. Vincent gets out of it. Crow counters that. Vincent counters into a waist lock. Crow gets out of it. Zane Crow got a waist lock on Vincent. Vincent counters into a headlock. A short Irish whip into a spine buster by Vincent. Oh, now he's working. Oh, man. Hey, referee, I checked that, man. That looked like a low blow stepping on his balls or something. Am I allowed to say, oh, I don't give a shit what I say on this show anymore. A headlock by Vincent. Crow powers out of it. Vincent counters into a waist lock. Crow counters that into an arm drag. Counter again. Holy shit. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. An atomic drop by Zane Crow, the reigning defending YPXW champion. And another sucker punch by Zane Crow to Big Vincent. $1 Million Willie doesn't have to worry about Obamacare. He's a rich bastard. God damn, he's pissed off that Big Vincent. A hard clothesline takedown by Big Vincent to Zane Crow. A drop kick by Zane Crow. And at Summerfest, Big Vincent and Zane Crow both got stunned by that no good son of a bitch, Bad Boy KS. And yes, I'm allowed to say that. Bad Boy KS has a problem, he can deal with it. Sit at home eating his goddamn popcorn watching this show. The show must go on. He's just pissed off that he ain't on this show. And a moonsault off the top rope by Zane Crow to Big Vincent. Let's get back to the match. This show ain't about Bad Boy KS. He's washed up and done. Well, anyways. Oh, he tries to do a running drop kick, but Vincent counters. And they got a lock up. Who's gonna get the upper hand? Vincent does. Got him in an arm drag, kicking him in the gut, in the back. Crow looks like he's in trouble. Oh, a waist lock by Vincent. And a back suplex by Big Vincent to Zane Crow. Rolls him over. He's got him in a cross-body submission hold. Now he's hammering on Zane Crow's head. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first title match in YTXW Collision since the premiere episode. We haven't had a World Championship match since then. And a chop block by Big Vincent to Zane Crow. Take somebody's knee out with that. Trust me, I had that done plenty of time in my career. A lock up again. He's going to get the upper hand. $1 million. Zane Crow counters into a headlock. Big Vincent counters into his version of a headlock. Crow fights out into a headlock again. And an atomic drop by Big Vincent. And a hip toss by Zane Crow to Big Vincent. Now he's hammering on Big Vincent's head. Hey, Zane Crow, don't ruin that guy's good looks. Big Vincent plays $1 Million Willie pays a lot of money for facial reconstruction to make him look good. And a scoop slam by Zane Crow. Big Vincent gets up. Oh, a kick in the back of the knee by Crow to Vincent. Looks like he's got a... Big Vincent powers out of it. A headlock. Crow counters into an arm drag. Tries to do a clothesline, but Crow counters. He's kicking Vincent in the back of the knee, and Vincent goes down. And a standing moonsault by Crow to Vincent. Kick back to the knee by Big Vincent to Crow. Crow counters. Back to the shot back to the head. Big Vincent counters out of that. Kicks in the gut by Zane Crow. Irish whips him over the top rope, but Vincent hangs on, and a shoulder block, and Big Vincent falls outside the arena floor again. $1 million Willie, he's telling him to get up and get back in that ring. He's like a general out there. He sounds like Big Hoss more and more in this. Oh, a flying crossbody, but I think Zane Crow missed it. He missed it, ladies and gentlemen. He tried to do an integrated kick, but Big Vincent dodges that. They're fighting outside the ring, and a kick boot to the face by Zane Crow to Big Vincent. Big Vincent Irish whips him to the barricade. A headbutt, and Zane Crow goes down. $1 Million Willie's thrown in a hissy fit. Big Vincent gets back in the ring. Referee's starting a 10 count. Zane Crow gets back in and breaks the 10 count. Oh, and a chop block to Zane Crow by Big Vincent. Now he's working on Zane Crow's leg. He's taunting Zane Crow now. If I was Big Vincent, I wouldn't be taunting him. This is a bad move. This is a championship match. Come on, boy, get in there. Make yourself famous. Become champion. And a drop kick by Zane Crow. See, he was wasting time there. Oh, no, a triangle choke submission. Will Vincent tap out? $1 Million Willie's having a hissing fit out there. But Vincent gets out of it. A headlock by Zane Crow. The takedown. Oh, no. Crossface. This is what made $1 Million Willie tap out. They lost the title. $1 Million Willie's telling him to get to the ropes, and he does. Oh, and a neck breaker by Zane Crow to Big Vincent. Big Vincent counters and shoots it, hits him in the back. What's he gonna do? A leg takedown. Looks like an ankle lock. The Zane Crow tap. What the hell? That's a creepy laugh. Oh, don't tell me he's cyborgs here. The lights out. The lights are out. That creepy laugh. Someone forgot to pay the fucking power bill here. I can't see a goddamn thing in front of me. Looks like Big Vincent. Oh, holy shit! It's Cyborg! Cyborg's got the minimal claw on $1 Million Willie! $1 Million Willie's down! He's got the claw on him real good! $1 Million Willie's trying to get out of here! Looks like, let the lights go back out! What the hell's going on around here? What the fuck is happening around here? Cyborg just shows up, puts the minimal claw, and lights go out. Now he's got Big Vincent's freaked out of his fucking mind! Swing Christian's around. He's got the crossface on. He's got the crossface on, ladies and gentlemen. Big Vincent down. St. Croix retains the title here tonight. What the hell just happened? Someone appeared to the middle of He disappears. Distracted Big Vincent. St. Croix put the submission hold. Crossface on and retains the title. Congratulations, St. Croix, on his first title defense. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the show here tonight. And see you next time on YTXW.